Hey, so Smile is a new horror movie that's in cinemas right now. It's just come out, and I don't want to hype it up too much, but I gotta say that I think this was the most scared I've been in cinemas since Hereditary. Now, I'm not saying it's as good as Hereditary, it's not, but this is a damn intense movie, much more so than I was expecting it to be. Like, I thought this was gonna be kind of shitty, cheesy horror, you know? It was gonna be a jump scare here and there, but it was gonna be pretty passable and just not very memorable. But I gotta say that this had me on edge. This had me on edge the whole time. I was like worried about what the hell was gonna happen. Smile made me feel like a teenager again, a fresh-faced teenager who was new to the horror genre or something like that, because I wasn't ready for anything that was gonna happen. There was something about this movie that just kind of scared the shit out of me. I don't know what the hell is up with that. I don't know if it's just how I'm feeling tonight or if this movie really was that effective, but there was something that just really clicked for me when it comes to Smile, at least tonight. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. Again, not as good as Hereditary, it's a little bit more cheesy than that, but a lot more serious than I was expecting it to be, and it really explored the idea of trauma and that kind of stuff. Like, it took itself a lot more seriously than I was expecting. I thought it was just going to be silly. I thought it was going to be very much like Blumhouse's Truth or Dare, because it does have that same sort of smile, the creepy thing, and maybe is a bit of a rip-off of that. But I gotta say, this is a far superior version of Truth or Dare with that creepy smile. And actually, more so, Smile reminded me of The Invisible Man. More scary than The Invisible Man, though. Mixed with Hereditary, mixed with any number of those sort of paranormal investigation type movies, much like The Ring or It Follows. Because, yeah, if you don't know, Smile is very much about one of those types of paranormal situations going on where people get cursed by this smiling curse, which causes people to commit suicide in front of the person who is cursed until, I guess, they can't take it anymore and they also take their own lives. So content warning for you there or whatever, but there's a lot of suicidal kind of themes here, and it's pretty heavy stuff. Again, like I was saying, I was expecting this to just be kind of a fun horror movie, but it's pretty dark and it's pretty brutal, and I gotta be honest, it affected me emotionally. It affected me in a fucking being terrified kind of way, so much more than I was expecting it to be. I wasn't quite ready for this movie. Now, if I did have to criticize anything though when it comes to its scary factor, Smile is very scary, honestly, for the most part, but I will say that it does take itself a little bit too far and tries a little bit too hard to be too scary at points where it just starts to feel cheap. There's a few scenes here where the main character has some hallucinations of some wild out there things happening, and it begins to start relying on like CGI for these effects to work and everything. There's a scene where she hallucinates a guy ripping his face off and is like laughing maniacally because he's smiling and whatever. And at that point I was just like, all right, settle down, take a step back, movie. You're getting a bit stupid. That part was just, it wasn't quite scary anymore when you start getting into these weird giant monsters and ripping faces off and stuff like that. But thankfully there aren't too many moments like that, and for the most part this movie is more restrained than you probably would think it would be. It does play out much like an Insidious or Conjuring movie, and I'm kind of surprised this isn't by James Wan or Lee Winnell, because it definitely feels in the same sort of spirit. It does have a fair share of jump scares, and some of them may be cheap, I will definitely admit. But I do think that there is an art in making jump scares work, and I think for the most part, Smile does a damn impressive job when it comes to that aspect of this film. And apart from that, I really did care about the characters as well. There was just something here where everything kind of worked, and the acting was actually really phenomenal as well. Not something that I always comment on in my movie reviews, but that's something that I was pretty impressed by here. I thought everybody did a good job, and all the people who had to do the stupid, creepy smiling face, I don't know, they were creepy, I guess. I mean, the actual smiling creepy ghost stuff was less creepy than some of the more out there jump scares that really got to me, but still, even so, Smile for pretty much its entire runtime was just a really haunting feeling film that was really effective in my opinion. I'm impressed by this, and I think it's easily one of the scariest movies that has come out in a few years, to be honest. And maybe you're gonna disagree with me and I'm gonna look like a fool here and it's not that scary to everybody else, maybe, and that's fine. I don't know, just for me it worked tonight for whatever reason, and I definitely do have to say though that this is a movie that definitely benefits from being seen in cinemas. This is not gonna be as scary watching at home, not even close. There was just something about the surround sound and the kind of packed crowd and everything. Everybody was like on edge, everybody's kind of nervously laughing at each other and being sort of like embarrassed if they do get scared and stuff. But there were some really great moments of tension, and yeah, a lot of jump scares and everything, I will say too. So if that's not really a thing, I can understand why you might not like it. But if it is your kind of thing, honestly, I think Smile is fantastic, and you should probably see it and stuff. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and I wasn't expecting to. I thought this movie was going to be straight up bad, to be honest. But I left impressed. Smile's pretty good. And so I guess that's about all that I really have to say about Smile for now. But before you go, please do the things. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that shit, and I'm outie. Goodbye.